Is Jalen Hurts the guy?
I love it.
That's my question.
I like that.
Is Jalen Hurts the guy?
Yeah. That's a great question. We're Giants fans, so obviously same division. I think he is. I think what Jalen Hurts reminds me of is high end. I think this guy could be a Russell Wilson-like player. Obviously mobile, has been able to kind of find his groove with this Eagles offense. Obviously finding Devontae Smith, who I think they completely nailed that pick on. Again, the wonder always goes to what if we had Justin Jefferson. But, he's been good. I think the question to me as of recent, looking at it, 45 – I mean, that Giants game really, probably, pump the brakes a little bit on Jalen Hurts being their guy. But this season's been great. I mean, 2,430 – not great, excuse me. 60% completion, good. He's not below 60. That's good. He's on the cuff. 83.9 passer rating, obviously 2,400 yards. But then the touchdown to interceptions to me is a bit of a question. But 8 interceptions, only having 8, when it gets to double digits, that's when you try. That's when I start to get a little bit iffy. And I think if we look, if you're looking at this 5 years ago, he's 6'1", this guy can't be it. But, obviously looking at the quarterbacks now, Kyler Murray, and some of the smaller guys, I think he is. I think he's been able to win games. I think the Eagles right now, I think that loss definitely put them back a step. But the Eagles right now are arguably a team that can go and win this division. I wouldn't say probably this season, probably not anymore. I'd say Washington and Cowboys, but I'm saying he's a guy who I think has shown that he can win games, and that's what I look for in quarterbacks. Win games. The stats are good. He hasn't been egregious in any games. So I would say yes. I think he is.
I'm torn because I feel like he's showed and it hasn't just been one moment, but he's shown stretches where you feel like, yeah, he's definitely the guy. He could arguably be a top 10 quarterback. And then he has that game against the Giants where he throws for no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He completely neutralized without his legs. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I wouldn't say he's the guy automatically, but I also wouldn't be like, oh, I'm on the Gardner Minshew train. Go trade Hurts. He's not the guy. I think you got to give him time because it's only second year, and he hasn't done enough to impress and say that, oh, yeah, he's automatically the guy.
I think so.
But he hasn't done enough also at the same time to say, oh, he's automatically a bust. He's done much more than he's done decent for his position. Mm-hmm. And I think you've got to I think the Eagles' offense still has a lack of talent at the skill position. So maybe get another receiver. Mm-hmm. They can get probably – I know they have the leading rushing game, but that feels so weird because I feel like they don't have. Yeah. They never use the. They
Sanders
don't have a
never gets the ball.
They don't have a consistent running back.
Last week, or was it? Wait, when did the Giants play?
Last week.
Who the Eagles play this weekend? The Eagles are on
the Jets. They played
Jets. Oh, okay. Why? I don't know.
That's when Miles Sanders had a good game that week.
Yeah, that's what
his first game.
His stats aren't updated on Google. Excuse me. Continue.
It's just I think. They need to get weapons around him to kind of really figure out whether or not he is the guy. But at the moment, I feel like the jury's still out.
I mean, they're 6-7.
They're 6-7. They're not a bad team.
And what I like to look at with Hurts, like as you said,
6-7 with this Eagles roster.
So. Right. I think he hasn't done enough yet to be like, okay, he's our guy, 100%. Yes, we're all in for Jalen Hurts. We're gonna offer him a mega deal, etc. But he also has done enough to let them say, well, we have to keep him around because he's playing well, he's winning us games. We're 6-7, and we have other needs that are much bigger than Jalen Hurts right now.
2 first-round picks this
With
year.
2 first-round picks, that's 3 first-round picks, right?
Holy
2 early,
crap,
and then
2
1 mid to late. And they can really improve their defense with those picks and grab another receiver for Jalen Hurts. Now, what I like to look at with Jalen Hurts is if you take away just the Giants game, he has 13 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, which is a lot better than looking at 13 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. And I will give any quarterback the benefit of the doubt. If you just take away one game, they say, okay, he had an awful game. Like Aaron Rodgers in week 1 just had an awful game. And I'm like, we know Aaron Rodgers is good enough. We see his other games, and he's playing well. He just had a bad game. It happens to everyone. Happens to the best of them.
I don't like the Minshew should start over Jalen Hurts.
I hate that.
I hate that.
It's awful.
I really don't like that.
He's a good backup. That's it.
I wouldn't say I don't know what Minshew is yet, but I think the fact that he was able to do it against the Jets, I mean, he should.
Wow.
That's like he should be able to do that. I mean, I think if Hurts is in that position, he does the same thing. I mean, maybe he doesn't throw it maybe for as much as he'll run 40. I'm not sure because
it's hypothetical. It's the curse of the backup quarterbacks this year. They win game 1 and then get crushed
yeah,
game 2.
What happens if Minshew the Eagles front office listens to the fans and start Minshew again and he just completely bombs
and then
out?
and then we laugh at them for starting him.
Exactly.
They just can't do it
happen.
because Jalen Hurts is the starter, and there should be no one else in
And
the
I think that's what they've been trying to say. They're saying that no matter what Minshew does, Hurts is still going to be our starter.
Hurts is the guy.
I think it's the right decision.
I don't hate arguing against a starting or a backup starting if they're playing obviously better, but Hurts to me has not shown.
Yeah,
he should be
it's not like he's been terrible this season. I think he's been a
He had
very
one
solid
bad game.
quarterback.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and it wasn't even. I mean, it was 13-7. Let's not. This isn't obviously scoring points, but yeah, I think the Minshew thing again. My whole thing has been there has been one quarterback. You know, there's the wonder quarterbacks, the Mike Whites, the Minshews, who go in. They have those great games. It's like, oh my god, this guy's the future of our franchise. And then there's the Heineke's. Heineke, and I'm sure there's others who I'm forgetting. Heineke has been the only one, which I talked about in our weekly predictions, who has been okay. I can actually like consistently win games and play and like actually be a good quarterback. Mike White has literally fell off the face of the earth. Gardner Minshew, no. I'm trying to think who the other one's been. Minshew,
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. No, but I'm talking about guys who no name guys like we didn't even know them and they
Well, Minshew's been
the Simeon who beats the Bucks. You know, Heineke obviously has been the only guy. So I would say that the Minshew Hurts debate maybe it has some validity to you guys, but not to us.